Hi, guys. All right, I'll meet you down there. And we'll start. You see me? Oh, good. Hey, Cheryl. We'll go down on the mat with our feet on the floor, on the mat, and start curling up your back into a bridge. Can you see me? Yes. Okay, good. Curl up. Ooh, and down. And exhale up and down. And we're going to start with 10 bridges and just start waking up your back, waking up your glutes. Hi, Jean. This also helps your knees. They're over the heels, just helps them get lubricated. Now, when you're on the 10th one, stay here and just hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now lower back down and hug your right leg in and your left leg down. This is more of a warm up. Move your right ankle in a few circles each way and then a few point and flexes each way. Inhale. Now slide the left leg up, hug it, and hold the right leg down, the left leg in. Draw the left ankle in some circles and the other way. And point, flex, and point, and flex, and point, and flex. Now both legs come in, so we're just kind of waking up. Take a little right, left, little circle or rock. Breathe in. Lower your feet down on the floor again. Curl the spine up. Now when you're in bridge here, 10 little pulses. Let your knees touch and do 10 little pulses. Let your knees go wider and do 10 little pulses. And then let your knees be over the heels and curl down. Now this time, take your hands to your feet. Your knees are a bit wide, like a bound angle. Again, just waking up the hips. You'll feel the inner thighs, bound ankle. And the feet come down again. Curl up. Now lift up your right leg and we're going to flex it as you lower it towards the floor. You're going to point it as you bring it up to vertical. Now your left foot's on the floor in bridge. So Jean, you can put your left foot on the floor and lift up your hips for bridge. Yeah, single bridge, but then the right leg's doing the pulls. Now we're going to do right foot down, take the left leg up. Now lengthen the left leg towards vertical and then heel towards the floor, then point up towards the sky. Breathe in, and breathe in. 4, 3, 2, and can you hear it, Cheryl? And then lower that foot. Oh, good. I can see you better. Let your right ankle go to your left thigh. Reach your hands through that window. Catch your leg and move the hip, rock the hip. You're waking up the hip here and the low back. Your hands might reach through the window and breathe in. Inhale. And then let's touch the other side, ankle to thigh. Reach your hands through and you might rock a little. 3, 2, and let your feet be on an imaginary table. Let your fingers come behind your back and rotate your spine as you take your shoulder towards your opposite leg. 10, 9, 8, 7. Now flex your foot. 10, and then hug for just a moment. and the feet come back down. Rest your hands beside your hips and curl your spine up. Now once you're in bridge, lift up your right leg, point your toes, drop your hips up and down. Now one-legged bridge, it's 10 repetitions. Place that foot down and take your left leg up, one-legged bridge, up and down. We're going to do a second set, but we're going to pull the toes back. So when you lift your leg, pull your toes back and lift up and down. Let that foot down, and you're going to lift the other leg up and pull your toes back. Up and down, hip lift. Stretch through the top leg as well. Breathe in and out. And inhale, let your foot down. Lower your spine and take the arms overhead, take the legs long, full body stretch, and you might even shift through your legs. Breathe in, reach, 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 toes, fingers slide the legs up. Now your legs are up again, your hands are behind your head. Tuck your elbows to your knees and then lengthen your legs. Touch your elbows to your knees and lengthen. Tap and lengthen, and both legs are lengthening, and then both legs come in. They lengthen and they tap your elbows and come in. 4, double leg stretch. 3, 2, 1. Recover, rest for just a moment. Take your right leg up, lower your left leg. Now we're going to switch, and this is like a pair of scissors, and we're going to switch. If you care to add on, lift your shoulders, you got it, and then do it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, tuck the chin a little bit, Karen, 3, and 2. Now rest for a moment, hands behind your head. We're going to lift the legs up again, but we're going to add a rotation to the scissors. So lift up and rotate, lift up and rotate. Your legs are like scissors still. 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, recover. Legs in. And we're going to leave the left leg really long and put the right leg up. Let the top leg go into circles while you try to maintain hip stability, ribs down, shoulders down. 8 repetitions, and then we're going to take 8 the other way. Breathe in and out. Leave the leg in the air, and your hands can help catch it and do a little point flex with that leg. Point flex and point flex. Your other leg is pouring down. Your top leg is pointing and flexing. Now that leg that's in the air is going to go to the floor. The other leg's going to go to the air, and around 8 circles each way. And 8. Good, Jane, and then you're going to catch that leg. Point and flex, point and flex, point and flex. The other leg's pouring down. Both legs are going to come up, and both legs are going to circle. Now 10 repetitions, and a modification is littler circles or bending the knees. Feel your ribs are down. Good. Hands can be on the floor. 3, 2, and then hug your legs in and move your ankles. Point, flex, point, flex, point, flex. Good circles. Yeah, get some, spread the toes. And really good. Now, hands behind your your head, your legs up, your shoulders up, barely lower the legs and then lift them. Flex them as you lower them and then point them. Not very big at all. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and happy baby, hands to the feet. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, this is a bicycle. So the first move is that your legs will bicycle. That's all. If you want it harder, bicycle further away. If you want it easier, bicycle in. And Jean, that is right. If you want to do it harder, all sorts of things. Come up, maybe cross your arms, that's harder. Hands behind your head's even harder, or like little triangles. Try 3 more, and then we're going to meet on the floor, seated. So when you're ready, you're going to sit on the floor. Good. Grab a sip if you'd like. Awesome job, guys. Legs out. And oh yeah, let's grab another sip. When you're ready, your arms are out and you're up and over. Now we're going to do 6 of these. It's a way to wake up the sides before we hold. We'll add on here in a moment a longer stretch, but just take a few dynamic. So depending on when you popped in after the break, just takes a hold on one side. This is so good for upper back, shoulders, and posture muscles. So you can hold 8, 7, 6, good. You can even energize your feet here and pull your toes back. 4, 2, now up, toes are open and spread. They're spread apart from each other, and then you add your little nuances like rotation. There you feel the more stretch. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then come back up. And you can grab a sip because we're going to do a little bit of planking here, and we're going to be working at it. Whenever you're ready, your forearms are on the mat and your toes are long, legs are long behind you, and we'll hold. Good. Good. Your neck is easy. Breathe in. Now, side plank. So your forearms on the mat, your arms up. Breathe in. Now we're going to the other side. I'm turning to see you, but you can do whatever side. Yeah, that's it, Cheryl. I can see you really well. 10. Stretch out through your top hand even. It looks solid. Very good. All right, we're going to go back to front plank and add a bit of a movement option. So once you're in forearm plank, you can push forward through your toes and drop back through your 2 toes. Push through your forehead, drop back through your toes. And about 10 of those. Now we're going to go to the side plank. The top hand is like a triangle, or the top arm is like a triangle. Now you're going to do a side plank rotation, but keep your hips stable. Upper back mobility, and we're working our obliques and balance. You can feel that. 5. Keep breathing. In other words, you're not holding your breath. And then we're gonna do 10 on the other side of those side planks. Your hands like a triangle. Go exhaling down, inhale, open, exhale down, inhale, open. And rotate at the upper back. Breathing. Nice job. We're going to be going back to the front plank so you can see the theme. It's front, side, side. So when you're in front plank, the option, the possibility is to lift your hips, go back to plank. And then the hip lift is called dolphin. Go back to plank. And dolphin, plank, dolphin, plank, dolphin, plank, dolphin, plank. 3 more, or the best you can do. 2, 1, and then side plank. And I told you we'd be boogieing, didn't I? So we're gonna go to the forearm side plank. Take this hand on your hip, go up, up, up. I like to stretch through the fingers, lower the hip, but not to the floor. Lift the hip and lower, but not to the floor. Good, strong. Your shoulder is the most important part to monitor. Shoulder is down the back. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got it. So we're doing 10 on the other side. Your forearm is down. Your elbow, your hand is up and over like a big spread out wave or a fan on your hand. Big lift, banana. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now you can have a seat with your legs out a little wider than your hips. You're welcome to take a sit here. We're going to do one called the saw. The saw is rotation. Your arms open and then you reach. You have to make sure you have enough room. Rotate, good, and then reach. See if you can reach a little further. Pinky past pinky toe. As you warm up, you rotate first. Your legs don't shift. In other words, the heels are in the same place. Good. One more each. Yep. Neck soft, your neck kind of tucks when you go. Now open up the legs a bit, and we're not going to stay here too long, but just a bit of an inner thigh stretch. So neck soft, and yes. 2, 3. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now take an inhale and come up. Let your feet either be on the floor for the table reverse or the heels be on the floor for the reverse plank. So you choose either here or here. 10. Inhale. And exhale. Now just for a moment, take those hands in a interlaced position and take a little circle each way. So maybe 5 each way. You can do this throughout your day too. It's really nice. And then your forearms are going to be behind you. Lift up your toes. Extend and then bend in. So extend only as much as you feel like you can keep your back healthy. You're not going so far that your low back arches. Now you could take a little can, go to one corner, now go to the other corner, and go to one corner, and go to the other. Now 4 more, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now let your head down, hug legs in. You might just rock a little right, left. 5. Now this is officially a yoga pose. Left leg down, right fingers on the big toe. So right 2 fingers on the big toe. And when you're ready, you could lift up your torso, your left hand's on your thigh, or your left hand could be on your head. Because if your neck needs it, that's fine. Yeah, do that if you need. 10 more. There's a hamstring stretch. Breathe in, rest. Take your other 2 fingers, extend your leg, hand behind your head, come up. Good. Remember, a hand could be on the thigh or the head. I really want you to follow your gut, your instinct. Breathe in. And that was abdominals, guys. Bring your head to the floor and hold your hands to your knees and hug them. And you might even like a rock on that. 5. Now the left foot comes down and the right leg comes up. Let me show you a modification on Climb the Tree. You come up and down, just like a little crunch of 30 degrees. Or come up 3 times, hug the tree, come up 2 times, hug the tree, and come up 1. Now you can do either of those and then the other side. You could do a hand, yep, I like it, the hand behind the head. 1, you could walk up, 2, 3. Now, if you would like, you can take 2 teasers, which is legs up and lift and inhale. Actually, we have to do 3. 3 is a good number in nature. 1 more and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back up. Nice job. Have a seat when you're ready. And we're going to do a rotation. Any way that you want to sit. All I really care about is that your upper back gets the attention. So I'm going to sit this way, but you can sit any way. Rotate and catch your hand on something, the thigh and the floor most likely. Now, your inhale lengthens you. Your exhale might micro-rotate you. Open up your arms, inhale, and you just float to the other side. Breathe in and come back. Nice job, inner thigh. This is bound angle, kind of like a way to neutralize. You can put your elbows on your inner thighs if you'd like to help the stretch. Good. 10. And then we're going to gently come up, and if you would like to take a sip, you can grab it. I'll meet you in the cat-cow as an option. But we're adding on a possible option. So a cat-cow would be hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, a flexion and extension. And that's good in and of itself. If you care to add on, you can do the down dog, heels press, and then you can lift your heels and articulate through your back. So please do which of these you need. It could be you mix it up. Down dog, articulate, inhale, up dog. Down dog. Up. Inhale. Tuck. Up. Breathe. And up. Inhale. And exhale. Now hold down dog for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And you can take a brief child's pose, like you're trying to stretch out your toes by pulling the toes under. Your toes are under and your hands gently push. Breathe in. And we're gonna slide onto the belly. So when you're on your belly, you have a forearm or hand position. Now extension, I like to check the neck here too. Good job. Breathe in. Inhaling. Lower down, we're gonna do that again. So we're actually gonna do it 2 more times. So inhale, lift up, peel up, find a place, breathe. 10. Good. 9. Neck is easy. 8. Breathe in. Exhale, lower. Now we're gonna do it again. Inhale, come up. 10. Good. Nice, Gene. Lower down, and we're gonna sneak a child's pose in here. If you would like to change up your child's pose, you could do a knee wide one and let that be diaphragmatic. Breathe in. And grab a sip as well. We're gonna do a hand and knee position. Lift up your right foot. Your left hand finds that foot. Now push into the sky, towards the sky. Leave your other toes down for balance so you can really push the stretch. Breathe in and lower the hip and lower the hand and try the other one. And then relax and child pose for a moment. Breathe in. You can even pat yourself on the back and add a little tricep stretch here. Yeah, just pat yourself on the upper back. It's not a big stretch, but it's nice. And then come back out to your belly. The hands are going to now be beside your hips, so your palms face down. Go up. Lift up your toes. Nice. Good job. Lower. Now, you could interlace your fingers here. Go up. Lower, and then try interlacing the other way. Inhale, lift, up.
and relax. All right, one more child pose this way, but walk your fingers over. When you walk them over, try to stretch out that side and even breathe into the side, the long side. And then walk over to the other side. Really stretch, pinky to heel. Good. And then gently come back. If you need to sit, grab it. We're going to go back into a plank series, a mini plank series. It's rotation. In a Pilates, it's called pronation rotation, but I'm just going to call it rotating plank. So when you're ready, you start on your forearm plank, you pause for a moment, and then you turn to a side plank. You set up your cues, and then you go to the front plank again. Now you go to the side plank, and then you go and just take your time. How long it takes you to get your cues in line, safe, is what matters. And your neck is soft, and then you flip, you reach, you go back to a front plank, you go into a side plank, you go into a front plank. You're just shifting and transitioning, but like I was saying, that yoga, the transition is part of the pose. So you're careful, you're safe, you're aware of your shoulders. Good. Yep, lift your hip a little. Go to the other. We're going to do another round through. Go to a side plank. Lift your hip a little, Karen. Yep, go to the front plank. Go to side plank. And then go to front plank. And then rest your pelvis. This is Sphinx. If you care to go higher, hands on the floor, swan. Good job, guys. Now we're going to do upper body, lower body. So when you lower your upper body, lift up your legs. Lower your lower body, lift up your upper body. Hands help at the top. They lower, and then your legs go up. Lower, lift your torso. Lower, lift your legs. Lift your torso. Lower, lift your legs. Torso. And legs. One more. Torso. And legs. Now, bend both knees. Your hands can act as a pillow, and just windshield wipe them right and left. This is a nice way to relax the back. And then you're going to let the legs go long while you maintain the pillow that your arms are. Lengthen and lift your leg, and then lower and lengthen and lift your leg. Now it's going to be right and left while you maintain pelvis stability. Your neck is soft. You're working the glutes, which are really critical for balance and for back health. you're trying not to rotate your hips. In other words, your hips stay the same on the floor. Bonus, lift up both and flutter your legs like you're swimming laps. Neck is soft. Good. Tap the feet together now, about 20. Go back and a little child pose here. Rest your hips back. And go into a hands and knees position. And instead of cat-cow, make your hip do a big circle about 5 times. This is stretchy mobility. I love it. Now it doesn't just have to be your hip. Your upper back will respond. And go the other way. In other words, have some freedom, make it your own. So you're getting your low back, but of course your upper back's in there too. Your neck can be in there. And then try to be neutral at this point. You're like a table. Lift your right arm and your left leg and reach. Now you can pull your elbow underneath to your knee. And if you want it harder, lift up your right shin and toes. About 8 here. So this is 7, 8. Now your right hand and left, your left hand and your right leg go up and crunch. About 8 here. And rest, a little child pose. Good job, guys. Rest. Grab a sip when you're ready. We're going to go back down to belly down. We're doing some more posture, which is upper back work. And from my perspective, it looks like everybody's posture has been doing better over the last years. This is a breaststroke. So I'm going to make sure there's room or clearance. Act like you are swimming. Your shoulder blades, you want them to move. You know how I always say shoulder blades down the back? When you're doing this kind of thing with no weight in your hands, you can lift them and they need to move. You can let your fingers go all the way down to your thigh. Yeah, and then up. When you lift up at your back, your neck is easy. It's lifting, but it's not cranking. 2 more. Now this one is bend the right knee and find your foot or ankle. Possibly do the other one, but we're going to do it twice. So if you want to do bow pose full, go for it. If you want to do it half and half, go for that. Breathe and lift. Rest for a moment. We're going to do it again. Go up. And recover. Nice job. Child pose or down dog, you choose. Some type of recovery pose. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then we're going to go down to a sideline position. Let your arm be your pillow. Let your arm be your pillow. And go up with the top leg as high as you can. Flex it down. Go up, flex it down. Inhale and exhale. And 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now that same leg, we're going to keep it in a point and sort of stack your hips here. Draw circles. Flex, go backwards. This leg comes forward. This leg is gonna go up first, point and flex. Point and flex, you got it. Belly in. Sometimes I'll touch that area to tell it to contract. This is soft. Now circle. Flex the other way. Here we go, circle. Now we're gonna do everything that we just did on the other side. Grab a sip if you want. I just happen to be near mine over here. Your inhale lifts you up as tall as you can. Flexibility. Take this leg, draw circles, and you have a little waist stability here, core. Good, good, that's good, Cheryl. Long knee. Flex the other way. Let this leg be a little out of the way, kind of like a little 90 degrees. Take your bottom leg and point and do the circles. Again, you're scanning your neck. It's not involved, but your abs are. You're flexing and you're going to go the other way. Try to pull your pinky toe back a lot too. That's really important for balance and for good ankle stability. Looks good. I am going to add on to this side and then we'll go back to the other. Okay, so don't worry, I'm not going to forget. We're going to go long, go up, up. Yep, up. Double leg lift. Feel your waist. Let's do 10 more. You should be able to see your toes in your peripheral. The legs aren't going way behind you, in other words. Now stay up and go up and down top leg. Bottom leg. Other side. All right, here we go. Arm underneath your ear. When you're up, you're going to stay. And the bottom leg's going to lift up to it, the top leg. Bottom leg up here. Yeah. And then whenever you're ready, you can take a right ankle to left thigh. I just have to turn so I can see better from this side of the mat. You can take this stretch. Now grab a pillow if you need a little bit more oomph underneath your head. And yeah, just make it comfortable. And I'm gonna add a rock and maybe some toes and ankle movements. The first time we did this stretch, we were just kind of touching base with it. We're holding a little longer here. 30 more seconds. Yeah. Notice how you can pull it in more now. Sometimes you can deepen the stretch, right?
And then you can take the other side, and it might feel like it's fresh and tight at first, and then you just know that it's going to get better. You may move your toes, you might roll your ankle. Yep. Breathe in. Awesome. Now, if you have a foam roller or a yoga block, you can get that underneath your hip. And if you don't worry, it'll still work, but I just want to offer it if you have it. It's a bigger hip flexor stretch. So lie on your back, put your sacral support, either the block or the foam roller, horizontally underneath you, pick up your other leg. So this one's really good for your back, Miss Cheryl. You're gonna feel one leg up and the other leg's down. You're trying to pour that psoas. When it's tight, it pulls your back in a inward curve. So, and then what that does is it can create extra tension in your upper curve. So this is a great stretch for more than just the hamstring. All right, you're doing great. You're trying to pour the other leg down. You may even take that top leg across the midline a little bit. It's a great outer hamstring stretch. You might also go out to the side a bit. All right, this one is very hard to leave. It's so nice. Go to the other one. Leg up. That leg can go over. Leg can go out. Now, this is a double release, so if you can, you may have to adjust your roller a little bit, but see if you can take both legs pretty long. The roller in general is going to be near where the glute meets the hamstring. It shouldn't feel like your low back gets any more arch. It should feel like, that looks good, Karen. And see if that feels good, Jean. And the correction generally is that you put the roller a little lower towards your heels, like near the glute, where the glute starts meeting the hamstring. Breathe in, inhale. And then slide your feet up and just let that go. And then,
Cheryl, you have a foam roller, right? I think you have one, right? Oh, good. Okay, lie on it long ways. I thought you did. I just wanted to make sure.
I couldn't tell at first if it was a roller, I'm sorry, or a yoga block. So this one, I'm on the roller. I know I have a black mat and I have a black roller, so I'm gonna just verbalize this. The roller is at my sacrum and the head's at my other end. The head is on the roller. So I'm on the roller, but I'm vertical. You're opening up your arms. So if you do this shoulder chest stretch like a Y, you should feel how that's a great posture opener. And now try to relax into it. I like to let the feet either be a little wider and the knees not together, like touch each other, because that's internal rotation. It opens up the SI. Or another nice one is have the feet touching and the knees open up, inner thigh stretch. Breathe in all of the wellness that you can through your inhale, all of the rejuvenation, refreshment, releasing. Notice how it feels. Take an inhale. Slowly come off of there. The last one here is going to be this way, like a horizontal. Now, you may need a pillow under your head here, and this is going to help with preventing the upper back from being rounded. I'm going to look at you. Yeah, so you may need a pillow. You might just use your hands. Your upper back is your focus. I'm going to look. Yeah, Cheryl, that looks great. And legs, however, is comfortable. Some people need a block or a pillow underneath their hips. This is also called supported fish pose. All right, gently tuck your chin. Gently come up, and the last of these is your hips on the roller or the block, whatever you have, but the roller is what I see in most. So lift up your legs, and this is also a great Viparita Karini. This is also a great way to help the blood vessels. Slowly release your roller and your body. Gently come up to seated.
And we're gonna take a little neck stretch as you're ready. And Cheryl, every time you're in class, I think we need to get the neck. So we're gonna go here because I can't work on it in person right now, but we're gonna work on it together in a stretch. Okay, so this one's like this. Okay, everybody's got little different angles. The hot spot for a lot of us is sort of this diagonal
here. Yep, this arm, and I'm just pointing, but I want you to reach. That's good. Good, Karen, that's good how your arm did it before I cued it. If I move just a hair, I can get different stretches. So see what your body does. There's trapezius and there's levator scapula. You can come up. This is lined, your shoulders are the same, and then you ear to shoulder. In other words, you're not letting this happen, right? And then this arm, maybe this hand. You may not need the hand. You may feel like you just get a stretch without it. That's a girl. Jean's so good. And like you're trying to pick up something off the floor. I like to add that little diagonal here pretty soon because that's my taut area. It's not so much lateral or my area that likes attention. You may even reach more. You see how it gives in a little. Chin to chest is right down the middle. Good. You're gonna gently come up and rotate. Now your neck just rotates, not your shoulders. You might even use a finger to breathe in. And just rotate to the other side, as if you're changing lanes, but you can't move your shoulders. Your hand might help. Okay, notice how everything feels. Act like you're putting on lotion and you're from your jawline to your clavicle. This is really superficial platysma scaling. You can also do that on the back of your neck. This is also vagal nerve, so it should feel like, I'm just feeling calm all of a sudden, and I don't know why. It's kind of like that. The other trick, it's all tricks. Massage the back of your skull where the upside down U is. Oh, I always get chills and goosebumps. So there's tons of attachments. If you move your head, you can almost soften the muscles, like, okay, they're in slack. And when they're slackened, it's easier to get in there. The fingers are touching all sorts of muscles on the back of your scalp, the occipitalis. You can even do temporalis. But everything, there's this book called Atomic Habits that sort of talks about this. Every tiny little thing you can do to help adds up to a bigger picture than each would in its own section. So you may find that doing a few of these things really helps the neck, the mind. And maybe you have a handful of ones that you know work best for you, but it's nice to sort of touch a lot of ways. Then you have this full toolbox of tricks, self-soothing tools, up-leveling tools. And then just notice, so my neck feels like I'm an ostrich right now. It just feels like tingly in my head, and just see what is the energy you feel. Then your body, your mind, your spirit can entrain with that new released energy, that pattern, that homeostasis that is calm, energetic, long. And then as soon as you deviate in the day, let's say there's traffic, then you notice it even at a subconscious level, and your body wants to crave back to this release state. So that's what we're doing. We're not just acutely helping, we're helping with the long-term homeostasis, calming, the ability of the body to detect change and want to be back to that high flying place. So we're going to take our hands at our heart and just breathe into your heart and send that heart love and attention. We're going to give an intention that today I'm going to do my best to keep connected to this feeling of peace and ease and flow and strength. If I notice that my body starts to tighten in a way that I don't really want it to, just by an accidental perception of stress, I'm going to remind it how good it feels here, and I'm going to look for the best feeling tool in my toolbox to bring me back to this place of ease and calm. With so much appreciation. Thank you guys so much. You did great. Awesome. Bye. Have a happy, happy, happy day.